Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the Mainecoon breed. Mainly about why I think they're such a special breed. I have 4 of my own, how I got them, and just their everyday routine and what it is like to have a Mainecoon cat with you in your home. I have basically been in love with the breed since I first saw a picture of Mainecoon kittens in one of those calendars, cat calendars. And I've always been in love with animals. I've always been one of those children who, instead of collecting stamps and coins and things like that, I used to collect pictures and cutouts of animals, of dogs, of horses, and of cats. So I pretty much knew, or so I thought, everything there was to know about dog breeds and cat breeds as well. I would always be the first one to go and find information and just internalize anything I could about cat breeds. I loved them all. And through many years of my life, I've had purebred Persians, I've had a Turkish Angora, I have had Bengal cats, and you know, your local stray cats, rescue cats. I have had Siamese and a ragdoll as well. So I've pretty much had different breeds, and now I have Mainecoons as well. So I can give you a very fair comparison between these breeds and what makes Mainecoons my favorite. Well, first and foremost, just their features. It is, they're magnificent to look at. And I think even today, even after me having these cats around me, I still, I look at them in awe most of the time, and I cannot get over how beautiful they look. Just their posture and the size of these animals is amazing. I have one of my little babies, his name is Bear. He just turned 4 months old, and he is a black smoke, and he's right here behind the camera. And okay, so this guy here, because of his coloring, sometimes it's not very easy to get him clearly in the camera, but he's only 4 months old, and already look at the size of this guy. I haven't weighed him recently, but I'm guessing he is, I would say, close to 10 pounds already. Just look at the length of him. This guy's just turned 4 months. So they are gentle giants, not just because of their size, but also because of just how gentle they are, how sweet they are. They're truly magnificent. So this one is Bear here, and he is from the parents that I have procured, actually from Russia. Initially, and when I came to Canada about 14 years ago now, I was very excited because I knew for a fact that in this part of the world I could finally get a true Mainecoon and you know, get one and just be one of those people who actually have Mainecoons. But unfortunately, and I'm going to be very honest here, when I got in touch with a couple of breeders, they just came across as very cold people. And it's obviously very good to inquire who the new owners are going to be before you actually give your kittens or puppies off to somebody. It's good. Be a responsible breeder, yes. But don't come across as somebody who's rude. So people are downright rude. People who are breeding this particular breed, they are rude. Very cold. Instead of answering questions about the breed, and instead of you know, welcoming inquiries about their cats, they begin first off in a very cold and harsh manner inquiring about you. Who are you, and why do you think you are good enough or qualify to own Mainecoons? They will ask you exactly where you live, how big your house is, what is your income, whether you own the house or you rent the house, all these kind of very intrusive questions, and they judge a lot. So me being new to Canada, working 2 jobs at the time, living together with family and not really owning a business or owning a house at the time, I was outright rejected as one of those people who could qualify to own a Maine Coon breed. And I was pretty disappointed and actually took it quite personally as well, because I'm like, these people asking me all these questions, they don't know me as a person. They don't know how much I have dreamt of owning this breed since I was 7, 8, 9 years old. And I know how much love and how much care and affection and a good home I can give to these animals, but it was just a very bad experience. So when last year, I've been busy with kids and then with moving to a farm and everything. So finally last year, I connected with a breeder, and I made it a point that I'm not going to connect with any breeders in Canada, because like 4 or 5 times that I did in the past few years and not coming back with a very good experience, I just said, fine, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and find somebody who is better as a person as well and a breeder, even if they're outside of Canada. So I did find a very, very, very nice person from Russia. She was very welcoming. She has, with any kind of questions that I had. And of course she inquired about who I was and what I knew about the breed, and but very politely, very nicely. It's the tone, it's the manner you ask somebody these questions. So it was just a very lovely experience dealing with her. And by the end of it, within 3 weeks or so, I had my beautiful cats flown to me all the way from Moscow to Edmonton, Alberta. They actually landed in Calgary Airport, and I drove there with my husband, and we got them home to the farm here, which is near Edmonton. And it was a most amazing experience, and owning a Maine Coon has been everything that I ever thought it would be. So this breed is fabulous. I mean, they're like little dogs, honestly. They love to play fetch. They love water. I mean, you can get all of these basic informations about them from just by Googling about it, honestly. But just their personalities are so much larger than any other breed that I have owned. They are a little bit of extra agility, extra personality, in the sense they're extra loving. Some of them love to cuddle, and some of them, just like any other cat, want to come to you when they feel is a good time to give you that, little time with. And so they're just beautiful to have. And my Beretta, so I named the female, she's a silver Torby, I'll grab her in a minute. I named her Beretta, and the sire, his name is Browning, and he is a beautiful red tabby. So the babies that they had, they only had 2 actually, and 4 months ago now. And so one is a dilute red, very similar to the dad, but more dilute and more towards cream, and she's getting lighter as she's growing, and I love that. So she has some highlights, some undertones of silver as well. And then you saw Bear, who is her brother, and he is 4 months as well, and he is a black smoke. So my 2 absolute favorite colors of all time, and Maine Coons come in a lot of colors. I believe about 75 variations or more. So this is one cat that comes in many colors. So, but one of my most favorite colors of all time in Maine Coon breed were black smoke, and I was very happy when Bear came out to be a black smoke. And another color that's my favorite is a silver smoke, or like a shaded silver with a black nose and green eyes. Oh, So I'm hoping that when time is right, maybe next year, I will have to get another pair for my breeder flown in from Mexico, and I will probably get the colors that I want. So they will be bred with Bear and Missy. Missy is the baby girl, and I will show you starting with their mom, who is a silver Torby. So just 1 second and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is Beretta. She is a silver Torby and she is beautiful. She's our queen, and she is about, I think, between 17 to 18 pounds, and she's still growing. So the amazing thing about Mainecoons is that they grow up to the age of about 4 to 5 years. So this is Beretta, and she's actually expecting, and she's very early on in her pregnancy right now. So she is going to have babies, and she does not like to be carried, especially around this time. So I'm going to move on to Browning, the sire, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this magnificent guy, just look at the size of him. He's about 21 to 22 pounds, and he is still growing, and I believe he is going to be at least 28 pounds when full grown. I'll try to show you the length of him, and he still has a lot of growing to do. So this little lion just loves to lay on this wing all day. He is a lazy cat, like the laziest cat I have ever seen. Just look at his head, bigger than my hand. And he is the gentlest of them all. My Beretta, she's a little bit feisty as compared to him, but he is so gentle. Okay, look at this. All right, sweetie. He is heavy to carry. Look at this guy. All right, so next I will bring to you Missy, their daughter, and she is adorable. Here's Missy. This is our 4-month-old baby. She's got the silver highlights. She is becoming more light as she grows. Look at her. So this is Missy, and she's going to be one of our future queens as well. Look at this baby. She's a little lioness. And just look at how calm and how gentle these guys are. They're little teddy bears. They're little cuddle bugs. So this is just a little bit about my Mainecoons. And they actually, I've made a studio where they stay most of their time with me when I'm working and when I'm homeschooling the kids, so they're around me, and then they visit me in the house when we're playing, so a couple of times a day during the day. And they have a lovely little catio attached to the backside of my studio here, which leads out, which I think I believe I've shown in another video, which leads out to the backside of the studio and into their catio. So that's a little bit about my Mainecoons. If you guys have any questions, do ask.